Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. We are past Halloween. I hope everybody had a fun night, Monday night, or over the weekend and got to do a little celebrating. We had a few trick-or-treaters, but not very many. We still had a good time. So today we're going to talk about making sure our employees are happy and ways we can work with them to make sure that we are providing the best work environment for them and to keep our employees with us the longest and make sure that they're able to help us grow our business. So there's just 3 ways of doing that, or 3 tips I want to give you to help do that, and that's what we'll be talking about today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jayce and I am owner and accountant of Hooked Accounting Services, and we're just going to jump right into our content today and see how we can better help our employees be happy and also cut back on turnover in our business. So most of us have worked for an employer before who could care less about our personal life, who didn't make us feel motivated, didn't make us feel valued, and likely, hopefully, you're not still in that position, right? You moved on to grow and you moved on to be valued, and that way you can be happier in life overall. I know many of us have been that way. I know I have myself. So we want to make sure as business owners, our employees aren't feeling this way because we know what it's like. We've been there before. So in order to do that, there's 3 tips I want to give you today. The first tip is understand what your employees' motivators are and what their pain points are. So really understand their perspective on things. A lot of employees nowadays, back when we were kids and our parents were just starting out, money and salary, a large salary, was the biggest motivator. That's changed a little bit in today's society. People are more worried about work-life balance and being able to juggle both their personal and work lives. They also are more concerned with growing within the company on, a skill level set. So that's important to them, having the skills, having good education behind them. Respect is also something that is greatly valued today, and we can just see that right in the news. Everybody's looking for respect and equality, so that is just very prominent in today's society. So we want to understand where our employees are coming from. We want to understand what they're looking for and how we can help them be better invested in helping us grow our business. So we just need to take a grasp of that. We know after COVID, one thing that COVID really taught everybody, hopefully, is that life is short, right? We need to spend time with family. We need to spend time enjoying our lives because we never know what tomorrow brings. And that is very important to us. If it wasn't before COVID, it definitely is more so after COVID. So let's think of ways that we can help our employees. The next tip I want to give you is to set frequent meetings with your employees. They don't have to be formal. They don't have to be sit down. Just take some time and have some conversations with your employees, whether it be quarterly or monthly. Just make this a habit of yours to talk to your employees. Ask them, what their struggles are, what their goals are, both in life and with your company. Ask them what they would like to see happen with their time that they spend with your business. This will help you determine ways that maybe you can arrange your business to encourage them to be more vested with your business, encourage them to, be more a part of the business and not just an employee, in the mindset of how can they work harder to make your business grow, to make it prosper, to make it a great place to work. Also, maybe they have young kids and they need to take them to doctor's appointments unexpectedly, or they have an elderly parent they need to take care of or visit frequently. Maybe you offer them a flexible schedule. So these are just some things that by talking to them more, you can understand kind of where they're at, what their goals are, and just what they need as people, right? Employees are people just like you and I. They want to be felt like they're cared for and that you have their best interests in mind. They also want to feel a part of something. So if you're communicating with them maybe your goals for the business instead of just, here's your daily responsibilities, tell them why you're doing what you're doing. Tell them what your goals and aspirations are for the business so that they can feel included, and that'll motivate them more to want to help you and help your business grow. So when you've talked to your employees and you're understanding kind of where they're coming from, you can then do the third tip I have for you today, and that's just kind of step back and evaluate your business. Keep in mind those conversations you have with your employees, and is there something you can do to better your business but also better the environment, the morale with your employees? Can you offer them flexible time off or flexible hours in the day so that maybe they can come in a little later and stay a little later in order to make an early doctor's appointment? Or can they change up their day so that maybe they can make a soccer game or to go see a family member? I know remote working isn't really going to be something that charters and captains can offer their employees, because how can you remotely fish, right? You kind of have to be there and in the moment. So maybe we can just talk about flexible schedules. What else can we do for our business? Maybe we can take some time to create great morale with the team. Let's take them out for a day. No clients, no customers, just you and your staff, and go out fishing for a day. Or let's not even go on the boat. Maybe you guys can go to a boat show. You can go out to lunch. You can just do something as a team to create morale, to, just take a deep breath all together and relax and just have a great time together. This is going to help them feel like they're valued, feel like they're actually just, an acquaintance with you and not just an employee. You're going to make them feel like they're understood and they're appreciated. So these are just some things that you can do to kind of shift your business a little bit so that your employees feel more valued. By doing these things, by taking this extra time to consider your employees, you are going to lessen your turnover rate. Think of all the time you spend training an employee. Maybe you invest in them. Maybe you're buying certain things they need as employees when they're brought on. Maybe you're sending them for some kind of training or continuing education. This is all money you're investing in them. So if they leave you early, then you're losing out on that money because you don't have them around any longer who absorbed that information. And then you're going to have to go out and possibly spend more in higher wages to hire somebody else. And then you're going to have to reinvest in that new employee. So employee turnover is expensive. It's also very frustrating as the captain and business owner. So let's just take some time and really evaluate where we're at with our employees. Make it a happy work environment. Treat them like the people that they are, and try to decrease that employee turnover so that you're saving yourself money in the long run. So I hope these are just great. I hope these are good tips for you to understand your employees' motivators, their pain points, meet with them on a regular basis. Again, it can be very casual, laid-back conversation. Just take the time to have the conversation and evaluate your business to see what you can do to help them. So this is just ways to understand your employees and how they live outside of your work, and to make sure they're satisfied and less distracted and less likely to quit. So I hope these are good. This is a great time to think of these things. We're approaching the end of the year. You possibly will be doing year-end reviews, so it's a good time just to have these different conversations with them. Take them out for a holiday party or a holiday fishing trip, whatever you see best fit for your team, and then put into place maybe some flexible hours for the new year, or let them know that, hey, I like to meet with you quarterly and just to see where you're at. Maybe we can go out for lunch every now and then or something, and let them know that these changes are coming. Communicate with your team so that they feel a part of your plans and so they feel valued. Great time to do this. Again, it's the year end. We're going to start off the new year right. So I hope these tips help and are very helpful for you. If you have any questions on this or any of my other content, you can reach out to me either by dropping a comment below, or you can send me a message. I also encourage you to visit my Facebook page, Hooked Accounting Services LLC. All my contact information is on that page. Phone, email, messenger, whatever works best for you. And you can also go through some of my previous content. I hope you find all the information helpful to you. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. I'm available through all of those methods. So if you know of anybody else who may be needing to hear this information, feel free to share this video. And I don't see any questions or comments on the chat here, so I think we're doing okay there. Again, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys had a great Halloween. I will see you here next week if I don't talk to you before then. Have a wonderful day.